The scenario of teaching and learning has changed drastically across the country as well as globally. School leaders and school principals have had to make certain decisions um, which are impacting students, parents, and teachers. Although the path may not always be clear, but decisions have to be taken, and that is being done. So, in this situation, when things are so uncertain, um, a question that teachers are coming up with often is that we have moved into virtual classrooms, but I am not comfortable with the online teaching, and so what should I do? Well, some thoughts on this is that first and foremost, I think we need to understand that we are all in a stressful and anxious situation. We all need some additional emotional support, and even you as a teacher requires that. There is a lot of pressure to teach children in a different environment. Children themselves are going through, are in the midst of an emotional crisis, and so it's demanding a little more from all of us, and that's okay, because we have to accept that everyone is going to get a little stressed. So, when you find that you're particularly stressed, I would suggest one thing: pause and reset. And when you do that, then the first next thing after that would be to accept that this is the kind of learning that is going to take place for some time to come. And once you accept that, then the next thing is probably to get familiar with the online teaching learning system. Check for what is the extent of resources you have. Do I have enough resources or not? Or on the other hand, I might be just flooded with resources, and I've got to filter through these resources and find stuff that is relevant for me. Ask yourself, do I need someone to help me navigate these various online platforms? And if I need help, I must reach out for it. And a good idea perhaps is to collaborate with another colleague, or probably form a little team through which this through which you would probably feel more comfortable using this the online teaching learning platforms. And I think after that, it's important then to engage with your stakeholders. The first ones I would think is engage with parents. Maybe set up separate meetings with them, maybe once a week or so. Outline your expectations, make them understand what they can see coming to them, because they are also new to this process, and a lot of them have not engaged in technology, probably even less than what you have. So I think you're going to have to engage them, give them some guidelines, reassure them of the best of your efforts, and form a team with your classroom parents. So I think that itself will also cut down some anxieties. And last is with your students. I think it's really important at this time to maintain that human connection. So when you're forming schedules or routine, see that you're interspersing your academic content with some fun stuff. It's going to be good for the social emotional health of all people. And apart from that, set up a routine where you can be doing your teaching in smaller chunks. Do some journaling so that children can come back the next day with some interesting stories. Get them to share stories of what's happening at home, whereas you can also share with them, and there is empathy going around. So I feel that it's really important for you to be maintaining human connections with the children and their parents and with your colleagues, because that itself is going to reduce that anxiety that you have regarding online teaching learning. And if you put all this together, what we are hearing, reading, sharing, is that when we do all of this, we're definitely going to be able to use this situation as an opportunity to learn more and to do more.